What it do, YouTube family, and welcome back to another episode of They Gon' Feel Me. This is
Yes,
episode
sir.
20 of the 2021 review. Say that with me. Episode 20 of the 2021 review. We got a lot of things that happened this year. I'm talking about from Gorilla Girl on down. You feel me? I got my boy sleeping like Woodley in this bit. What you talking about? I got my boy Santana Rob, aka WROB. We back with another episode 20 of They Gonna Feel Me. I'm about to play that panty dropper for you. You feel me? But I also got my boy Al C, aka the ugly motherfucker, mocking you on stage. Damn.
You ain't gonna be mocking me on stage. And Gangsta Boo!
We with it. Hey, but before we get into the episode, hey, my Hennessy brother, where you at? Where you at?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we on
Oh,
it. I don't know
yeah.
what them other boys on, but we a little lit. You can tell by that slurred speech. You feel me?
Yeah. Henny
So
dick. I might be
getting
making a
into-
baby this next year. Ooh.
Oh,
Just saying.
Don't forget to like.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If we missed anything that you remember that happened throughout this year, let us know in the comments below. Continue to
Already.
like so your grandma can see it, so your great grandma can see it, so your great grandma can see it. Fuck you talking about? All of them need to see it. I don't care who it is. But at the end of the day, we finna get into this episode. So starting off, anybody, I don't care who it is, Reezy, Al C, Rob, let me know something that's coming off the top of your head that you remember that happened from this year. Let's go.
Man, before we go any further, we got to stop. We got to stop and holler at the elephant in the room.
I think I know what it is.
6 days. 6 days.
6 days into the year, big dog, and we started it off.
2021. 6 days. We turn on CNN and we see what? We see them folk. We see them folk climbing the wall doing what, Breland? What they doing, boy?
The white folks were white folks. The Caucasians were caucusing in Washington D.C. is what was happening.
Bro,
Yes.
I sat there and looked at my TV screen in utter disbelief. Like, bro, I had to call folks. Like, dog, are you watching CNN right now? It's like, yeah, man, we see it. We see it too. Like, people were storming the Capitol, all for Stop the Steal. Your boy, 45, had whipped them folks into a frenzy. And they just knew that they were gonna storm the Capitol. They were finna stop the confirmation. They were finna, he was finna be put back into, to office and everything. But I think, man, that was wild.
And it's so crazy because you remember bringing that up. Do y'all remember when they was talking about the Minnesota protests and they was talking about how black people need to keep the peace and not be so violent and everything like that? But we had people literally I remember logging on the Facebook each and every day, seeing a different CEO of a company, a different manager in a company, or whoever getting posted in that riot from January 6th and getting fired from their job like literally days later, hours later, or something like that. So that's crazy to think that happened.
These motherfuckers in Washington trying to steal shit like they goddamn Nicolas Cage, like a motherfucking
in National
in National Treasure. Motherfuckers walking out with podiums, the fucking Constitution, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man, dude,
We riot, we fuck up Compton. White folk, they like motherfucking, steal goddamn a bust of George Washington out the White House or some shit. Like, I mean,
dude sitting in Nancy Pelosi office with his feet. I'm sorry, with his feet kicked up on the desk.
That's crazy. What else y'all got for me? What else y'all remember? Of course, January 6th kicked it off. What else y'all got for me?
Go ahead.
You can't forget like Bernie Sanders and like his mittens, you know what I'm saying, posted up, trying to keep warm, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that was
in these inaugural streets.
Meme. That was a whole meme. throughout the entire year. Hey, y'all also can't forget about your girl Gorilla Girl. She made fame from this year. I never thought that somebody who did something that was so stupid as far as putting Gorilla Glue in your damn hair could actually qualify for a GoFundMe account and get as much money as she did get raised to get that shit surgically removed from her head. I'm completely baffled.
Didn't she make like a song or something?
She made a song and some more shit, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. What else?
But I mean, if we're gonna talk about all the dumb shit, then we gotta mention the craze, that took over the whole nation.
I know where you're going. I think I know where you're going.
People like trying to emulate that
They
New Year's meme,
you know what I'm saying? Letter of status,
yeah,
you feel me?
that status, them social media status with these goddamn milk crates that was put there by the FBI to tear down black communities. You know what I'm saying? Stop us from buying NBC, that type of thing.
Bruh. I've never seen that many people attract a guy. Bruh, I remember driving. It's a Kroger literally like a minute and a half away from me. And I literally drove behind that damn Kroger and I saw nothing but crates stacked outside. And I was like, bruh, these folks real life selling crates in this bitch. That's
I don't even know where you got that many crates from. Like I've never seen that many crates outside of like an 18-wheeler,
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real. The only time I really just seen crates, like really just crates in general, like everyday life, is at school when you had a milk crate. Like when you was back in elementary school and you saw all them the chocolate milks and the white milks and everything sitting in the crate, man. Other than that, I never just walk around from a day to day see crates just chilling. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Giving people spinal bifida falling off that damn crate.
Bruh, I'm not gonna cap though. Some of them just were extremely hilarious, especially when I came down. Ooh.
Man,
there were a lot of them that were hilarious.
So many grandmas and granddads like falls busting their ass.
It was also a lot of relationship stuff that went on this year. So Reezy Samuels, what did you cap from this year that went on relationship wise? Talk to me, big dog.
You know what I'm saying? We got Will and Jada with their BS. We got the whole family out here looking like Tupac Shakur now with the bald heads, man. It's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But anyway, then we got the baby and Danny Lay and they whole drama. They break up, the makeup. Now they ain't together no more. He done kicked out, called her the side chick, and all kinds of stuff. And then we got Saweetie and Quavo, the infamous elevator footage of her, I think, taking his, what was it, a Nintendo Switch or something and throwing it. Whatever happened in the elevator, like Jay-Z when he got two-piece.
Got destroyed by Salon.
And then you got your boy.
Don't watch this episode. I'm sorry.
You got your boy Jeff Bezos and his wife got a divorce, and the whole mistress situation that came about. And then of course Dr. Dre and his wife.
Yep, I forgot about that. That's
daughter,
still making headlines.
We talked about the daughter that was trying to, mooch off the man
for his money.
For the money, you know what I'm saying? So had that whole situation, but we done had a whole lot of relationship drama.
Brittany Renner.
I was just going to say you forgot to go. You forgot to go.
TJ sucker.
TJ Simpleton. Washington.
You can't forget to go.
Now she out here doing shows with my boy Kevin Samuels. And going
and
to
Deion Sanders, she giving like
giving advice to young athletes
about how to stay away from people like her. Damn. Ironically, I hope you aren't the guest appearance on this show this week.
Yeah.
Hey man, somebody got to connect. See if we can get on. They gonna feel me. Ring ring ring. I heard about y'all show. Y'all been talking about me.
We have, exactly. We
That's
have.
wild. That's wild. How do we know this you? Send us pictures. But yeah, like anyway, let's move on.
Oh yeah.
What else happened?
We can't forget about Kanye and Kim getting a divorce.
Kanye and Kim getting a
Oh yeah,
divorce. Yep.
Yeah.
The boy
So
coming out there saying Jesus
Kanye.
gonna bring them together. Ooh.
Yeah, Kanye stepped out of the relationship so that like Pete Davidson could step in. So that's great for him.
yeah,
You know.
cuz
Man,
yeah.
you
But going on
definitely,
to a serious tip, going on
yeah.
to a serious tip of the show, Al C, you had some things that happened down there that was very close to home with you with Travis Scott and the Astro World tragedy. Man, what's some things you can talk about that you've been hearing from down there? Some things that's happened, as far as going with him. I've seen a lot of stuff in the media with him, but what is kind of like the aura and the vibe like in Houston right now with everything that happened?
I mean the aura and the vibe in Houston right now is kind of like I mean I think people are really just kind of waiting for whatever the aftermath of it all to kind of like just kind of come out. I know another thing that happened this year, we kind of dug into Hulu's ass a little bit because they made a documentary out of the whole thing. I mean, it's somebody who I remember after like everything happened, I was walking around, in that area, and I saw all the kids who were still kind of bewildered and just still just hanging out. I thought that was kind of crazy and wild. And it's mixed
Mhm.
stories. It's like some people would say, "Oh my God, like it's the worst thing that ever happened in my life," and then there's other people who were actually there and said like, "All that stuff that happened on the other side of the of the arena, and we didn't have it. We didn't even know anything was popping off. We didn't know
Which
anything was
is
happening."
which is
I
crazy
think, a matter of fact,
because
Travis Scott. Oh, go ahead. Go
go
ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, well, I think Travis Scott afterwards he went to like an after party because he didn't know anything had happened at that
Mhm.
point. Like shit. Like I mean, he was oblivious to it all. So I mean, it's a tragedy. You can't. I mean, nobody's in trying to incite this and
Yeah.
engineer something like this to happen. It's just one of those fluke things, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I mean, going into what I was gonna say, I mean, I really feel like, you know, people judging his character and judging him as a person, I feel like is completely wrong. Even though what happened, you know, we hate it here. They're gonna feel me. We hate it. We don't wish anything like that upon anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very touchy situation. Especially, I think it was the youngest person, which was like a lot, like a 9-year-old kid, 8-year
10 year
old, or a
olds, yeah,
9-year-old
something like
kid
that.
that
Yeah.
passed away from it. But I'm still on the Travis Scott had nothing to do with the bandwagon, even though people are piecing things together, or I like with things like that, where he's talking about, oh, I like to sacrifice my fans and stuff like that. Like, I just feel like it's things that's pieced together to mess with people's mindsets in the media and things like that. So, just a quick question, regarding the area of Houston, is based off of you work in the public eye like myself, as far as like the perception around him? Is it a lot of people in Houston that's like, oh, he's at fault 100%? He should be dragged for this, or is it like kind of mixed where like people are saying, oh, that was wrong, but also people are like, bro, he had nothing to do with it. Like, you can't imagine being on stage, you know, thousands of
I
people.
don't know. It's just like anything else. I think like just some people like they have their opinions. Some people like they can look at it in a nuanced in a nuanced way, and some people just they want retribution. And they want to
Hmm.
drag a man forever. So like I mean, it's just what your personal opinion. But like I can say most of the people that I know in my circle, they don't hold any ill will as of yet, toward anything, but
Yeah,
time will tell, I guess.
I
that's
think
how I feel.
in Texas too, though, man. Not to well, the segue though, Alcy, in your neck of the woods, also, y'all dealt with some craziness with that weather situation. When y'all had the frost and everything, and messed around with those power, the rolling power outages, and your boy
Yeah,
Raphael Ted
because like
Cruz decided to dip out and
because
go
tech
to.
because Texas thinks that someday they might secede from the rest of the nation, and they want to have their own power grid just in case. So now I have to like try and flush my toilet with pool water and from my apartment pool. Yay! Do you know what I live with like about 500 people in this loft. Do you know what they did to the public restroom here? Because they didn't want to do it in their own apartment. They did it in the public one and left it for somebody else. bro. Ashy, real ashy, living in Houston, Texas, like in the month of what was it, February or whatever, like just not good times. You know what I'm saying? Then we had like the whole stuff with the abortion bill and Greg Abbott punk ass, like I mean his hot willy ass, and I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. But like it's just it's been Houston has been going through it. Oh, and like on some special Houston news, apparently I think they like took away the need to like you can do open carry now. Like you don't you still need a CHL to like conceal, but like I mean people basically can they opened that up I think in September or something where you can just walk around with your gun because they want this to really the real Wild Wild West apparently. So that's another thing.
Man.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Mm.
What else y'all got for me? Reese,
I
we
mean,
had some crazy stuff happen in Memphis.
I mean, of course, we know the most recent thing is, the tragic loss of young Dolph, man. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the biggest thing that's happened in Memphis in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like celebrities, and it's
yeah.
pretty tragic. But I think some light has been shined on him and his contribution to
Yeah.
not only Memphis but the world. People that he came in contact with seem to hold him in a high esteem, and he's impacted a lot of people's lives in a positive way. So that's a good thing. Memphis actually renamed the street after him. In his memory. Right next to the place where he was uh, ultimately shot at. Unfortunately, but they named the street after him, and we had his home going, a few days ago. So we're getting over that, but it's hopefully his legacy will live on through his kids and the people that he empowered, and hopefully Memphis will come together. We'll see. I really want our artists to work together because I feel like we can be, like I said in the previous special show that we did. Like I feel like we could be the next Atlanta. We have a lot of hot artists here, and
Mm-hmm.
we could be the next hot big city if we just work together. 3-6 just did, segueing into the whole versus thing. 3-6 just did a versus with
Yep. 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 Yep.
Thugs. My boy Al C down there, the other motherfucker mocking you on stage. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's big for the city, man. That's huge. To see an iconic group like 3-6 doing a versus, and it's a ton of people watching via social media. And I feel like a lot of people underestimated 3-6, and they didn't realize how many hits they actually had. And we
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
that versus that
Yeah.
3-6 really has
Was lit, bruh.
and
Dog,
they're the first
Yes.
group hip hop group to win a Grammy.
I
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
that really, to be honest, man, I was one of them people. You know, like how you know stuff, but then sometimes to see it, you have to see it to be like, yeah, dang, they responsible for that. They responsible for that. They responsible for that. Cause like, they kept on bringing out like, features and people that they've done songs with, bringing out 8 Ball, MJG, Young Buck. I'm talking about just if it was like almost like a who's who Wayne just bringing out. I'm like, good. I'm talking about they did like the highlight. Well, one of the highlights, but the craziest part to me when they brought your boy out. Hey man, you gonna
Hey,
listen to my
man.
CD, man? They brought out Terrence Howard with the
Put my
actual
tape in my
perform.
24,
Why
man.
don't y'all pass me the microphone, man, so I can
Hey,
do
I
my
ain't gonna
track and
cap,
let
bro.
move it,
He had
man.
us sounding so damn bad in that damn movie, bro.
Man, listen, the story. I really dislike that movie because I just felt like it was such a
He had
negative
us sounding
take
horrible in
on
that
Memphis,
movie.
man. Like I don't know. I had to be probably one of the only people that just did not like Hustle and Flow. Like period. I thought it was a big moment for Memphis, but I just did not like the movie. And I mock it we all know, you know what I'm saying? Got my demo tape in the toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, like,
Bro,
like
my boy is the manager at one of the stores, bro. He told one of it's just so funny. He told one of the white girls, he was like, say I'm in charge. Say I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
I'm in charge. and she still don't know where it came from. Shit's so funny, bro.
But yeah, man. I mean, like
But
I feel like I said, Memphis is on the rise. We got so many big artists, from Moneybagg, from
Yeah.
Key Glock, of course Gotti, he's always gonna be, in the forefront. 3-6, and then we got upcoming artists, what I'm saying, as well. So I don't want to get no names wrong. Chris may probably know more names than I do.
Whole
But
lot, big dog.
of
It's all
course,
good.
Pooh Shiesty. I mean, come on now, like
Yeah, you got to stay out
Free
of
my
Clinton,
boy.
though.
Free my boy.
yeah, I mean,
But I
but if we're
mean,
gonna talk about oh my bad, Rob, go ahead.
now I was gonna say, there was some other legends that that died, that died this year.
yeah,
you. I'm
throw up
just
the X for
saying,
Throw
you
up
DMX,
the
got,
X. Throw
of
up the
course.
got,
X.
got
Of
to,
course, you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, I mean, that was a big loss in hip hop as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, to see DMX pass away, especially, I think it hit harder because he finally looked like he was clean, he was having a good time. He had just did the verses with Snoop. It felt like he was like you were seeing him move around a little differently. I mean, he may have still been using, I don't know, but I mean, it seemed like he had a different light about him, like
Yeah,
an energy behind him. And you got to see a lighthearted side and a good side of DMX, as opposed to what we normally see him in and out of jail,
yeah.
used in and out of rehab, you know, and to just see him pass away like that, it was really tragic.
I'll say the two
I,
the two things that was really cool to me though, man, about DMX that I found out, I don't say recently, but found out after after his passing was I did not know he was such a big fan of Michael Jackson because I actually saw a video of him dancing to that "Baby Be Mine," and I'm like, you think of DMX like the hardest, you know what I'm saying? The just hardcore, and just to
grimy.
see him, I'm talking
But
about he
it's
getting it.
funny because that's how it be. And another artist like that is 21 Savage. Like, if you
When he was talking about his R&B list,
ever
bro,
watch
I was
21
like,
Savage
what?
on social media, bro, all he sings is R&B, old R&B songs, and like, he actually like harmonized on it. This is the guy that's talking about, killing people and selling drugs, of course. Like, he a
Turning
hard,
niggas into a booty clapper.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He on his live singing old ass songs and shit. So, I mean, I'm not surprised, but like I said, that's a tragic loss. Of course, we lost a few other people. Of course,
Yeah, we lost Alex Trebek. We
Alex
lost
Trebek,
Michael K.
Michael K.
Williams.
Yeah, Michael K.
Uh,
Williams.
Omar.
yeah, Rush Limbaugh went to hell. What to riding a big pink dick. That's so sad. Sorry, my guy. I was
And
about to look down. Like, my bad.
while we talking about people passing away, this just happened yesterday. Drakeo the Ruler,
Yeah,
unfortunately
man.
was stabbed in the neck
I saw
at a
that, man.
concert and died, passed away at the hospital. So rest in peace to Drakeo, man. It's tragic. I don't know what's
That's
going
wild.
on in hip hop right now, man, but it just seems like it's a wild place, man. And people just got to be more cautious, be careful, man. And we got to stop
A lot
killing
of
these people, man. Like,
We gotta stop
a
killing
lot
our
of violent
artists,
deaths.
bro. Like,
A lot of folk are passing away from overdoses. Like, too. Like this. Like, we talking about like drug usage. Like,
yeah,
y'all need to watch out. Folk doing coke and like it's laced
mental
with
health is real.
fentanyl and like people getting messed
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Mm.
drugs. Yeah, like you said, and mental health issues. I mean, not Juice World didn't pass away this year, but it just makes me bring him up because he just recently released his album, his new posthumous album, and I was just listening to it, man, and it just made me like look at him and just see how much he was suffering mentally, man. It just seemed like that brother was like through his music, like he had so much going on mentally. He had all the money in the world, but that just proves that money cannot buy you happiness. Money cannot,
yep.
it cannot fix your problems. And so, like, especially as black men and men in general, we need to take mental health seriously, man, because it's too many of us trying to harbor our keep our feelings hidden and put on this strong image for the people in our lives because we have to be the rock. and be strong for our families and stuff like that. But we also need to pay attention to our feelings and learn how to express them, in a positive way, and not
Uh,
keep them inside.
I'm also say this, and we got to stop with the self medicating too, though, because
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
times people, whether it's the bottle, what I'm saying, whether it's pills, whether it's whatever, there's no substitute. There's no substitute. What I'm saying, for getting professional help.
Right.
There's no substitute for working. You got to do the work. I'm just saying, you have got to do the work in mental health, and dealing with mental health. You have to confront those issues, because whether you want to do it now, almost like a car, when you see the check engine light come on, you got a decision to make. Hey, if I go on and take that car to the dealership right now, maybe, hey, check change the oil, put another spark plug wire on, or something like that, something simple. But you keep driving that car, with that check engine light on, and you don't pay attention. One day you're gonna get out there and go, and that joint ain't gonna turn on. You know what I'm
Start.
saying? Because you saw the warnings. But you decided to keep on going. So you don't hear nothing. Always remember at They Gonna Feel Me podcast. Take mental health
Serious.
seriously. Go find somebody to talk to. Not just somebody that's gonna say, yeah, girl, yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, no, not a yes person. Talk
Yeah,
to
and I mean,
somebody.
and let's instill this in our kids too. Like I know our parents growing up, they didn't really believe in mental health issues, so they would be like, "Oh, nah, you ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. You know what I'm saying? We gonna say a prayer and you gonna be okay." And mental health is more than just about, like, prayer is a part, of mental health, I believe. But there's deeper rooted issues in mental health, more deeper rooted issues than just prayer will solve. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start preaching to our young people that it's okay to get help. You may have mental health issues. Let's not ignore it and pretend like it don't exist, because it does exist, and it's not anything that's just made up. And that was one of the things that stood out to me on Juice WRLD album. Going back to it, is he even mentioned that, like, his mom and his grandma, dismissed his mental health, like, "Oh, you ain't got no mental health issues. You just making that up, boy. Get out of here." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we just need to start preaching to our young people to be okay with expressing themselves, and letting us know what's going on with them, and making it a safe place for them. You know what I'm saying?
And I think speaking on mental health is a good way to segue into remembering about the Olympics. You had situations uh, with Simone Biles. You remember, she had the twisties or whatever. She had to bow out of the Olympics, as well as Naomi Osaka. She had the issue with interviews, where she was like, she felt a lot of pressure, and she just really didn't feel like she was in a space to deal with the media. The media coming at her, because
Well,
they were coming at her from what she felt or figured was a more accusatory, tone. So that mental
well,
health.
can we talk about the rise and fall of Shakari? Like, I
Yeah, I was
mean,
just about
remember
to
she
say, well, if we talking
she
about
went
the
through a lot of
Olympics, we
stuff this
got to talk about
year.
someone who was
Folk like to drag
almost
her,
more
but like, I
popular
mean,
than the
she did
Olympics.
go through a lot of stuff, leading up to, like, the buzz that was out there about her, and then between the drug use, well, the alleged drug use, whatever, weed ain't a
Yeah,
drug,
I
but,
mean,
like,
yeah.
and then losing her mother, like, I mean, that she went through a lot.
And the way she found out that she lost her, a reporter, was the one that told her. So I mean, that's very traumatic.
Right.
To have all that pressure, the weight of the world, and people expecting you to do big things, and because America hadn't had a Olympic sprinter in a long time, you know what I'm saying, to go get medals because you had Jamaica dominating. And so when she
Shout out to Jamaica, still a black country.
you know, so that was a whole piece there because it seemed like the whole summer we mental health was on center stage.
Yeah.
In
I
Yep.
mean,
athletics.
and while we're talking about sports, we can't forget about Tom Brady, of course, uh, beating the pants off of off of Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs that we all thought were invincible at one point in time, but proved to be otherwise. Uh,
That
and
ain't
of course, your boy Giannis, the Greek freak winning his first championship. I think we was all happy seeing that.
Yep.
And the joy that he showed after winning a championship was just kind of
wow.
tugs at you.
When
That's your
that
brain,
boy pulled up to Chick-fil-A. When he pulled up to Chick-fil-A, 49.
man.
I think people were more happy to the fact that they didn't have to see Steph and LeBron in the finals. Whether it be Steph in the finals by himself versus another team, or LeBron in the finals, or both of them going against each other. I think that was one of the biggest things that people were happy to see. No cap.
Yeah,
I really
that was
wouldn't even
real nice.
say
Now bring me back LeBron.
I really wouldn't even say it was a thing against Steph though, because like shoot, they've been hurt for the past 2 years. So they really ain't been they really hadn't been
But
they
that's why
really
I
hadn't
said
been a
Steph
factor.
and LeBron though.
But you got Kevin Durant. A lot of folks. There was a lot of hate for that Nets team. Speaking of your boy Kyrie. Because of the way that
Oh, Kyrie,
team.
Kyrie, I need more facts, Kyrie. I need more
Ooh,
information,
wasn't
Kyrie.
he a
Oh,
big
that
wasn't
was
he a
that was a
big
big story
controversy
this
as
year.
well?
That was a
I
Ooh,
big
mean,
talk,
speaking
Oh
of
talking
that,
yeah.
about
Oh,
sports.
COVID
you got
Yeah,
backlash.
fly. Let's get it.
you got the COVID out
mm.
there. I mean, you got
COVID.
Yep.
the
Yeah, you had your
Oh,
boy Aaron.
the Omarion strain. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
uh,
Yeah,
ding
that
ding
was.
ding,
Oh,
You had your
touch,
boy
ding
your
ding
boy
ding,
ding,
Aaron
touch,
Rodgers.
touch.
ding,
yeah. I
touch,
mean, but
citizens of
we gotta
America.
go back. This year actually saw the vaccine. We saw the vaccines rolled out. We had Moderna, we had Pfizer, we had Johnson. Johnson and Johnson.
So we
So
had two and a half. We had two and a half vaccines. Because Johnson and
Exactly.
Johnson had to step back for a little bit.
The other one
They
was
were giving
was
niggas like
was
3 arms and shit. Apparently.
a detrimental drug to
man,
the
stop.
public.
But yeah, you had the misinformation going along with that's the one thing that really just irked me, dog, about the whole situation. Like, okay, if you don't want to get it, cool, but don't. Okay, if I don't want to get vaccinated, that's my personal decision. But for me to go out and to start spreading like misinformation, stuff I done seen a meme about, or I done seen a video about. I have no concrete facts. I just see somebody talking about hydrochloroquine, early in the year. Or the next one was
And
ivermectin.
Vermectin.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just spouting on, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. Just because you see somebody else, whether it be Rogan or the idiot 45 or whoever else spouting on, we just toe the line. I got a problem with that. If you don't want to take it, that's cool. But don't pass along misinformation that's gonna dissuade somebody else, from possibly getting vaccinated and saving their life, or possibly mess around and contracting it and dying because they listen to your dumb ass.
When they
Listen,
calling that
going
when
into
they calling that Johnson
2022.
Johnson to take me home, aka take me to the king, 'cause the joke was not full.
Listen, in 2022, just because you saw an episode of CSI does not make you a virologist, okay? Stop getting bad intel from people who give out bad intel. Because of bad intel, my sister's husband's, wife's boyfriend, he got swollen nuts, because of taking, like the vaccine, and they ended up not getting married. That's crazy. It's so wild.
Damn.
You know, um,
I'm so
I wish. it would be wild if somebody else had a story kind of similar to that. But I feel like it's real original. When I see it, wow, it's just
All right, you're gonna have the barbs coming at you,
bars. What do you mean? That was a completely
That was a
realistic story
completely
that wasn't
random,
made up at
realistic
all.
story, bro.
It's
Okay.
just as realistic as like just Jussie Smollett's story.
Man, it's just as realistic as Bill Cosby getting out and R. Kelly going in, and Bill Cosby
Mm.
saying that R. Kelly
Oh
was
wow.
free of
See,
all charges. Ooh, shit.
yeah,
Birds of a
Bruh.
feather
yeah. We
flock
speak nothing but
together.
facts here. Speak nothing but facts here. Mm.
Exactly. But we was gonna try to split it up into 2 episodes, but I mean, we've been on this for longer than 30 minutes, so we might as well keep it going. So going into 2021, fellas, we had, I mean, not 2021, but 2022. We had a lot of things that happened in 2021. Of course, going into 2022, we want to change ourselves as men. We want to change ourselves as people. We've had a lot of talk about how men can better themselves, how women can better themselves, a lot of talks, right? But going into 2022, what are some things that you guys want to do that's going to better you as men? I know one thing that I can say that a lot of other people can say. Me and my brother Reezy, aka Sleep Like Woodley, was super stupid strong on the weights. I'm definitely trying to get back in there. Cock Diesel, you feel me? Don't play with me. Dino 2 times. Fuck you talking about. So what's some things that y'all want to do going into 2022 that's gonna better you mentally, physically, spiritually? Let's go.
Man, I guess I'll start it off. I mean, definitely, of course, physically,
Mm-hmm.
getting back into the weights and just getting in the best shape of my life. Period is really one of my goals.
Yep.
That's been on my mind for a while now. And I've already started, but next year I really want to take it seriously and actually, make that goal a reality. So being in the best shape of my life is really one of the things that I'm aiming for. You know what I'm saying? And then also financially, you know, I really want to be financially sound. You know, educate myself on, be more financially literate, and learn different avenues as far as like, I've been dibbled and dabbled investing in stocks and Bitcoin and things like that. But I really want to, sit down and educate myself and become uh, more consistent and more literate with those things. So what I'm saying, like I really want to educate myself about financial literacy, and that's a big thing for me. And also, just like some other goals is just like me and my wife are looking to try to get a house. So
What's up?
trying to figure out, that's the next step. Trying to buy a house, own a home, and finally lay down my roots and find somewhere that's not permanent, but somewhat permanent. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
uh, and then just other little, well, not little stuff, but possibly having a kid. That's another
Let's
thing.
get it.
Hopefully. Those are just, those are off the top of mind. Those are a few of the things that I really want to do, and hopefully, look to accomplish in 2022. And of course, make this the dopest fucking podcast in the world.
Let's
So,
get it.
you know what I'm saying? Sorry for my language. I know Rob going crazy, but I don't give a
I feel like he
goddamn.
does. Talk your shit. All syllables. Shit. What else y'all got for me? Let's go.
Boy, terrible. Anyway, a couple years ago, I mean, I guess I'm using it for an excuse because it really ain't no excuse. COVID in the pandemic. Maybe about 2.5 years ago, I want to say 2.5 years ago, I ran my first 5K, and
Mm-hmm.
like I was, that was some of the best. That was really some of the best shape I was ever in, going back to college, when I was marching in the band. I know since
And
I
not flinching.
since I've been out of
South of South.
college, a lot of times I would go in the gym, and man, I would just be just lifting. I would have a joke, just going in there lifting 18 wheelers, had no plan. I'd be just big as hell, because going in there on a bench press and just doing all this kind of just crazy, just doing all kind of crazy stuff. And then when it was time to put my clothes on, you know what I'm saying? You got blazers. I had blazers and button downs and everything, and I couldn't do nothing. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do nothing with them because I, was bench
Shirt
pressing.
all like this,
Bench pressing 18
all
wheelers.
tight.
Yeah. Anyway, Nick. Um, but definitely echoing Reezy, and really wanting to get back in really tip top shape. Actually, I mean, if we want to do it, and if y'all want to do it, we can start. They gonna feel me weight loss challenge starting at the beginning of the year, so we can keep abreast and weekly. We just have weekly check-ins on how we're doing. Just put in the comments. If y'all with us, if y'all gonna go on this journey with us. But some of what Reese said also about being financially literate, because I also started investing this year, diversifying my me professionally, because there's some other things that I'm working on job wise, and getting some more certifications so that I'll make myself more marketable out here, and really just continuing to strengthen my walk with God.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's really, and to become a better dad to my son, a better husband to my wife, and just overall a better person, and once again to help make this podcast a success, because there are some people, I appreciate those people, reaching out, encouraging words, the positivity that they've been showing toward the podcast, and we're gonna keep it going.
Oh, what you got for me, Al?
So, a thing about me is that, like, I wouldn't say that mentally I'm unstable at all, but I will say that things that have kind of arisen more and more as I've getting older is that it's kind of like it's this this clarity about life. It's kind of like it's almost like the lie of what young youth is. It's kind of like when you're young, you think that like you can take on the world, and then as you start getting older, you start seeing your mortality kind of like come at you, and it can be depressing. And I can honestly say, like, at various moments throughout this year, I've had like these bouts with like these mild bouts with depression, and honestly, it took me for a loop. I was like, I'm not this person. Why am I feeling this way? And another thing, for all my friends and maybe pseudo friends who low key hate me, because of things that may have transpired between the two of us, like in the past, or things that transpired. The reality is that every mistake I've ever made, like I relive those mistakes each and every day, like or every so often, and they just they come back up in my thoughts, and like I just beat myself up about it. So one thing moving into this next year, I guess, like to focus on my own mental health, is to forgive myself for the things that I didn't know when I was younger, and more attitudinal, or had less of a filter, and just forgive myself for those things, and just do better because I know better now. I mean, obviously, I want to be. You know what, Chris and Reed, like I remember y'all's transition into like the best shape of y'all lives. I was assuming that y'all had at the time, and like y'all's transition was inspirational, my guys. And like that
Appreciate it.
isn't to like
Appreciate it.
slight y'all at all. Like I it's like I had my successes at one point with weight loss and muscle gain, but it pales in comparison to y'all. And like to y'all's point, I would love to get there. And I suppose these are things that everyone talks about, oh, I want to get better health, better in a healthy way, and financial literacy and things like that. And again, that's to applaud you guys for like y'all successes, but you know, I want those same things for me too. Like I think everybody wants to do that as they go into a new year, but yeah, forgiving myself, spiritually and mentally, just centering myself physically, hopefully losing these man boobs, and shedding a whole lot of weight, and being consistent about about just being the healthy person I want to be. Um, Also, I guess financially, yeah, I do want to get myself like a more grounded, more settled, just so me and my wife we can like enjoy life a lot better. I
Yeah.
feel as if like guys, viewers out there who basically are listening to us, I think see the world as best you possibly can. I understand that the world is still a little bit crazy because of the COVID shit, but see the world, like I mean, do it within reason, within your budget and what have you. Don't overextend yourself, but just live life, like because you only get one shot at this, and I feel as if like do your best with it as you best you possibly can. Teach the people who come after you, put them on and teach them as best you possibly can so they don't make the same errors and mistakes as the rest of us make. I'm hoping also, Reezy is talking about like laying down roots. I want to lay down a root too, and my wife, and make kids.
Get it.
Like
Let's get
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm trying to do that. Hopefully I get that, that Nancy Reagan. Oh, another hot topic from this year.
The
Yeah, I
throat
want that. I
goat.
want that. Yeah, I want some of that in my life. But honestly though, like I just want the healthiest, the least amount of stress going into 2022 as I possibly can with, and I want I want all my people to be just as successful as me. Like
Yeah.
it's not just about personal growth; it's about all of us growing. Because when we all win, we all are being. That it ain't right unless all of us are winning. And I think we should all adopt that mantra. So but maybe that's just me. But yeah,
Most deaf. One thing I can say I'm gonna do, man, and I'm gonna commit to it. This thing right here, this bottle, I'm gonna let that go this year, man. That's one thing I think I can
yeah,
do.
this
That'll.
bottle, I'm not gonna drink out of this anymore. Anymore.
And I ain't just talking about this bottle. I'm talking about that in general. That's one thing that I want to do to get myself mentally strong going forward. Um, Throughout this year. So that's one thing I'm gonna try to let go. Definitely getting back in the gym, and getting that physical aspect. I'm trying to get back cock diesel so I can look good, booty bone naked. You feel me? Um, I'm also, you know what I'm saying, trying to get financially lit so I can be rich as fuck and rock Dolce and Gabbana because I want to, and Dior. I'm trying to be like every other rapper from the city of Memphis. I mean, why not? I want to go into the Wolf Chase Mall and rock Christian Dior backpacks and Christian Dior sweaters in the summertime because I can.
I want
You
to go to
know
space with like Elon Musk.
exactly. Fuck you talking about?
Mm,
I'm trying to be
yeah.
extremely lit because I can be. You know. Um, but before we end this episode, man, of course, we definitely want to thank y'all for coming back for another episode 20 of the 2021 review. Going into 2022, we got a whole lot of things that we got planned for you guys. Some great episodes, some great shows. Man, Merry Christmas to you guys, because you guys are definitely going to see this show around Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? So definitely Merry Christmas to my people. We appreciate everyone for rocking with us throughout this year. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Y'all kept us going because we started this show this year in 2021 as, just a way for guys to speak, and it became more than what we expected it to be. and we've had so much fun doing it, man. We just want to keep doing shows, keep putting out shows for you guys because we get such great feedback. Even though it's not a whole lot of feedback, we get enough feedback from the people that really genuinely care. And we want to just continue to put out great shows for you guys, continue to put out great content for you guys. So you guys can expect a lot of shows. You ladies and gents can expect a lot of shows coming from us throughout 2022. We can't wait to turn up and rock with you and continue to keep great episodes coming. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all turn this up coming into the new year, man. Please turn this up. And what did I say before? What do I always say? Share it so your grandma can see it, so your great grandma can see it, so your great grandma can see it, and y'all can keep turning us up. You feel me? But until next time, when y'all see us, because it's definitely gonna be 2022. You feel me? Hold on, let me scoot closer. From my boy Reezy, aka Sleep Like Woodley. From my boy WROB, aka Santana Rob. And from my boy Al C, the ugly muff standing on stage talking about you and your boy
And Gangsta Boo.
And Gangsta Boo. Fuck you talking about. And your boy Dino 2 times, aka Chris, not Stokes. This has been another episode of They Gon' Feel Me, authentic conversation by authentic men. And if you didn't feel us this time, I guarantee you gonna feel us the next. Peace.
Hashtag They Gon' Feel Me podcast challenge. Wait long.
And Gangsta Boo.